till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a tag.
Before becoming a professional fighter in career mode, you start off in the amateurs. Not much is known of this part of the game, like will you be accepting separate amateur fights, entering amateur tournaments or both. What we do know is that, you eventually be able to fight for the WBC amateur title. In the Fight Night series, during the amateurs all you did was enter a tournament, win it and then turn professional. There wasn't much substance to the amateurs in the Fight Night series. In ESBC, it sounds like there will be a lot of effort put into the amateur part of career mode. In ESBC career mode, you get to choose your own team, trainer, cutmen, promoters etc. In career mode you will be able to choose which promoter you will fight under and which trainer you train under. In previous boxing games, you were never able to choose your own custom team. It gives the player control over their own fighter's destiny. It will also decide fast your climb up the ranks during your career. The better the promoter, the bigger the fights. The better the trainer, the better you perform and the more you find out about your opponent going into the fight. Contract negotiations in a boxing game have never been as detailed as in ESBC. Your promoter will impact the contract. The better the promoter, the more money you will get per fight. During contract negotiations in career mode you can negotiate the percentage split, whether the fight is home or away, injury assurance, rematch clause, the weight limit and how much to spend on the fight promotion. This feature will make it interesting and fun for the player because this is the closest most of us will get to actually negotiating a fight, so it is best to have as much detail in this feature as possible. During career mode, your fighter will deal with recovering from injuries and making weight for a fight. You can hire a nutritionist to help your fighter make weight for an upcoming fight. This is an interesting addition because it could mean that your fighter could fight at multiple weight classes during career mode. When it comes to injuries you have to make a choice whether you rest or take a short notice title fight. In ESBC there will be up to 50 skill traits to upgrade for your fighter. ESBC will feature a deep character experience with many different fighter attributes, ranging from punch power to discipline. ESBC will also feature a groundbreaking trait system that's never been used in a boxing game. This will give the player more control over what type of fighter you want your boxer to be. Do you want to increase their punch power or their punch speed? There will be licensed boxing brands in ESBC. You will be able to design your own fighter's outfit, gloves, shorts, boots etc. The developers of the game have announced they have already licensed multiple brands, they just haven't announced which brands are in the game yet. This gives the players the freedom to create what your fighter's attire will look like entering the ring and during the fight. In ESBC career mode, you will be able to rise through the ranks like no other boxing game. In ESBC, you will rise through the amateur system, going through the professional ranks to win the British Lonsdale belt, then going on to continental and world titles featuring officially licensed governing bodies. Like in the actual sport, your fighter will have to fight their way up to the top. You will start by fighting for national titles, then move on to continental titles, then finally world titles, and I would assume unification fights as well. Players will get to experience the ups and downs of climbing the ranks of boxing. The developers of the game have revolutionized certain aspects of the gameplay. They have revolutionized the footwork by using research and input from world champions to create the most realistic mannerisms and movement. ESBC features an advanced feint system to try and throw your opponent off guard. They have also revolutionized the countering system in the game. The players will be able to counter based on their movement and positioning. There will be just as many defensive options as offensive ones. Combining this feature with back-foot combat, the countering system, weave system, and the footwork system, this means that we might experience the best gameplay ever, and not just a boxing game, but maybe in a sports game in general. A game can have as many amazing features as possible, but the gameplay is the most important aspect of any game, and I believe Steel City Interactive are going to deliver big when it comes to the gameplay in the final release. The AI intelligence in this game looks to be very promising. The AI includes tendencies, strategies, and fight styles. This is all based on how the opponent is fighting and any known weaknesses of your fighter in career mode. In fights, the AI will take the scorecards into account. For example, if you're going into the 12th round and winning the fight comfortably, the AI will go for the knockout. If the developers deliver on their promise, this really adds to the excitement of career mode because it adds to the realness of the experience that you will have playing it. ESBC has around 200 licensed fighters and have not announced all of them yet. They have over 100 world champions already on their roster. They already have the largest roster of any existing combat sports game in history. This will help career mode because your fighter will be able to take on your own favorite fighters throughout their career. When Canelo Alvarez was announced, the first thought I had of was I can't wait to go up against him in career mode. In the Fight Night series, often you will be fighting computer-generated characters that you don't really care about beating, whereas in ESBC you will probably be fighting licensed boxers more often than computer-generated boxers the further you go in your career. For the first time ever, there will be licensed championship belts in a boxing game. The WBC, IBF, IBO and WBO world titles have already been licensed for the game. Not just world titles have been licensed, but also continental and national titles are going to be licensed. So far, only the British Lonsdale belt has been announced. To have licensed belts on multiple levels ranging from national up to world is a really exciting prospect and again adds to the realism of career mode. To re-reference what I said about rising through the ranks, it will feel like the actual sport going up through national level all the way up to world level. The only world title that has not been announced is the WBA title, but I feel confident that the developers will get it done. Career mode will have a realistic retirement system. You can retire early because of all the wars you've been in, or you can have a prolonged career due to smart fighting. When you retire, you can also plan a comeback and reclaim your former glory. I can't wait to try out this feature to see what happens. Can you only come back if you retired early because you fought smartly and didn't accumulate much damage, or can you also come back if you've been in a lot of wars and accumulated a lot of damage? It will be interesting to see how this system works in the game. My conclusion is that this career mode might have more quality than any other career mode I've played in other sports games. The realism that developers are putting into this mode is incredible. Having licensed belts of all levels, many licensed boxers, customizing your own team, detailed contract negotiations, managing your weight and injuries, high AI intelligence and realistic retirement system is something I thought I would never see in the same boxing game. Steel City Interactive have put in an incredible effort to make this game as crisp as possible. I can't wait for the final release of this game, so I can finally play the career mode. Thank you for watching.